February 16th. If you're watching this later, that's all right. That's when it was recorded. It's all good. Man, excited to be here. Just finished up conversation podcast interview. It's a couple minutes late here with Dr. Christian Bush. Man, we talked about the serendipity mindset, making luck happen. All right, well, I'll set that aside. That comes out in about a month. You're going to enjoy that. St. Patrick's Day, it'll be released. How coincidental, right? Luck of the Irish, serendipity, luck. It'll be fun. But anyways, let's get to today's topic. This idea of what makes comfortable comfortable. There's an idea of saying that if it is known and accepted, then that creates comfort. And here's another piece of that. If you're not evolving forward, where you're at today is actually going backwards. Just like if you were to set a boat, all right, a boat, you can say a water vessel on the water. The wind will move it. Even if you don't have a motor, you don't have oars, that thing's going to move, right? Unless you're anchored in place. It's the only way to get it to stop. And even with an anchor, that boat will move around. See, without a motor or oars to direct its progress, it's going to move. So you can say, hey, I'm comfortable because I'm not doing any work to move the boat. And the boat's going to move. And maybe that's going to move in a place that you don't want it to go. So what makes comfortable comfortable? Because you're going to move somewhere. Why not direct where you're going to move? Well, this ties into my thought of the day. Let me share it with you here is progress is doing work to make the present obsolete. Let me unpack that a little bit more. Again, progress is doing the work to make the present obsolete. If we accept the present as it is and we don't work towards anything else, then we're accepting that comfort level and just assuming we're going to stay where we're at. Well, the reality is we're not. I read about this, Bell Laboratories. If you're not familiar, go watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Her dad works for Bell Laboratories. And they did all sorts of, really research development, not necessarily about telephones. I mean, they did a lot of things. And the Theodore Vail, who was the, leader of Bell Laboratories, made this statement about progress, made this idea that we're going to make the present obsolete through our progress. Instead of saying the present is all of our productive, is all of our, earnings, is everything that we're gaining, we're going to work towards obsolete. And this is what I know. If you're working to make the present obsolete, you're going to create innovation that sets you apart. If you work to keep the present status quo, eventually someone else is going to create and go beyond you. Progress is doing the work to make the present obsolete. I hope you got value from that today. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it, Daywee. And anyone else, man, I hope you got value from this. Share it with someone. If you got value from it, maybe someone else will too. I'd appreciate that. Just impact others, right? Multiply that impact.